Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga, meditation, and Buddhist studies. Today is Thursday, the 12th of November 2015, and I'm just going to continue reading my Dhammapada Sutra lectures. The Dhammapada Sutra, of course, is the summary of Buddhist wisdom. The summary of the teachings of the Buddha, or the teachings of the Buddha in a nutshell. There are 423 verses of the Dhammapada, dealing with all aspects of the teachings of the Buddha, and it sort of summarizes the ideas taught by the Buddha and puts them in a nutshell. This work I did over 10 years ago, but currently publishing. So for all those who are watching my videos for the first time, I'll advise you to proceed to websites which I have attached to this video. They are my websites in which I published the Dhammapada and other works. I'm going to continue reading from verse 90 today, which is chapter 7. Travel onwards without grief, liberated all wrong, and rid of all attachments. Pain and suffering are extinguished for a person enlightened like this. That's verse 90. Verse 91. Those who are ever mindful of the Buddha proceed onward towards reincarnation. They have no delight in a permanent residence or dwelling place. They proceed from heaven to heaven just like untamed geese wandering away from a forsaken lake. Verse 92. People who are no longer striving to accumulate possessions, who are perfectly knowledgeable regarding nutritional matters, whose residence is as empty as a wretched lane. The path of such humans is difficult to tread, just like the way of eagles high in the heavens. Verse 93. A man whose wandering and imaginary thoughts have ended, who is neither a glutton nor greedy, whose residence is as empty as a wretched lane, the path of such a man is difficult to tread, just like the way of eagles high in the heavens. Verse 94, Dhammapada Sutras. When one's flesh or special physical powers have found serenity and poise, when one has abandoned pride and arrogance and is liberated from wandering and imaginary thoughts, not even the deities or devas, the gods, can resist eyeing a nobleman of such caliber. Verse 95. He lives untroubled like the solid ground. He is trustworthy and well established like a solid fort, incorruptible like a great lake. For a nobleman of such caliber, samsara fails, rebirths end. Verse 96. Liberated by awareness and perfect knowledge, ever tranquil, the heart of a nobleman of this caliber is blessed with tranquility. Even his words and deeds are tranquil. Verse 97, it is not necessary for a man to believe anything if he knows that which is not created. If he has extinguished samsara, rebirth, if he has ruined all chances to do good or evil, and abandoned all craving, truly, such a man is the greatest, most superior, most successful. Dhammapada Sutras, verse 98. A man may dwell in the town, in the city, or in the jungle, in the bush. He may dwell on the hills, elevated dwelling, or in the valley, base level dwelling. But wherever the learned sage dwells, that is a treasure haven, a glittering paradise. Concluding verse 99. The bushes and jungles where humans find no pleasure are greatly pleasing to them, those who are liberated from craving always find pleasure and happiness, for they are not in pursuit of the pleasures of the flesh. Folks, that's chapter 7. It's one of the small chapters of the Dhammapada Sutra. So, again, the objective of the Buddha is to bring you calm and peace of mind. That's the objective of these sutras, is to bring wisdom. The Buddha believed that life was so full of suffering. Life was full of suffering, and it is. If you look around you, you see that life has a lot of suffering in it. Many people, many places are suffering. And the Buddha believed that the reason for this was because of craving, excessive desires, and ignorance. Ignorance was the worst part of it, which is want of knowledge. So the Buddha believed that wisdom, of course, was the solution to the problem of suffering, which is enlightenment, which he calls Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So these sutras, when you contemplate on them, you are cultivating and advancing wisdom. You are mounting, climbing the mountain of wisdom. So you contemplate these verses, you meditate on them, you reflect on them. They are very powerful verses. If you have any questions or any challenges or any concerns, anything you are not very clear about in this, feel free to contact me. My email address is c.aburime, aburime, @hotmail.com, or Color College, color spelled British, COLOUR, COLLEGE, colorcollege @hotmail.com. Have a pleasant Thursday, folks. Namo Amitofo.